magandang gabi po sa ating lahat and welcome po sa Usapang Hobby. Ako po ang inyong lingkod na si SILVERGE'S. So ang ating magiging special guest for tonight ay wala nang iba kung hindi si Mr. Nichols Sayson aka Nichols Toys. So ating pag-uusapan ang kanyang additional experiences sa kanyang pagkokolekta ng Gunpla and other toy lines. So meron na kaming nakaraan na part 1. So ngayon is part 2 para ma-extend pa namin yung pag-uusap namin dahil na't nagkaroon siya ng experience sa pagpunta niya sa Japan. So before we start, huwag kalimutan na mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, Verge Kevin Umali, and also you can follow my Facebook page, SILVERGE'S Toys and Gunpla Family, para maging updated kayo sa aking mga toys or Gunpla reviews. So tara, let's invite Mr. Nichols Sayson. Hello sir, good evening.
Hello, good to be here again. Hi.
So sir, pleasant evening po sa inyo and sa ating mga viewers. I hope na marami pong matutunan ng ating mga guests. And pasensya na, baka may naririnig kami nakakaraoke sa kabila.
Okay lang. Sa amin din. Double karaoke.
Yan. So sir, i-share natin sa mga viewers natin. So nagkaroon tayo ng first podcast natin and pwede po nila mapanood yan sa YouTube channel at para mas makilala ko po nila bilang Nichols Toys. So sir, after this podcast, sir, how was your experiences in terms of the hobby or the hobby industry after our podcast?
After the first one?
Yes, sir.
Well, I felt more in the community. It was nice to talk to you, to hear your story. Made me feel even more part of the community, and like, yeah, it was nice, and it inspired me to do more. Inspired me to make more content. Yeah, like I believe like I've been making more content ever since, like after that podcast. So yeah. So thanks for having me that time, and thanks for having me again. Can't wait.
And sa mga viewers din natin, sa mga hindi nakakaalam about Nichols Toys, you can subscribe din sa kanyang YouTube channel and Facebook. Kasi napapanood ko yung mga videos niya. Lalo na for those collectors na talagang gustong mag-deepen pa yung knowledge in terms of the hobby. Mas marami kayong matututunan in this channel. So, magandang bagay din na nakausap kita, Sir Nichols, in terms of your experience and mas malalim din yung kaalaman mo in terms of this. So, sir, ito rin yung naging first question ko.
To those looking for my YouTube, it's I'm Nichols Hobby on YouTube, but my on Facebook I'm Nichols Toys. So like, the names are different, just so that you don't get confused, you know. All right, yeah.
Ako pa rin yun.
Yeah.
So sir, 'di ba sa henerasyon natin. So alam naman natin, sir, you're part of the previous generation and we are both in the same generation din, sir, 'di ba? So ito rin yung first question ko sa iyo pagdating dito sa mundo ng hobby. Toy collecting man or sa mundo ng Gunpla. So sir, if you're going to compare the new generation against older generation na nangyayari sa toys and pati sa Gunpla community, so how was it, sir? Do you think na nagkaroon ba ng maturity yung mga fellow Filipino hobbies natin in terms of toy collecting or Gunpla collecting, or nandun pa rin yung same level na nangyayari sa nakaraan?
I would say, okay, in all honesty, the maturity level went lower because, syempre, mas madami na ngayon, mas widespread na, mas mainstream na ang Gunpla ngayon. And of course, the more mainstream something is, the higher the chances there are of encountering toxic people, of encountering, what I noticed is that, okay, I think, what tends to happen is that people from other hobbies move to Gunpla or like anime figures or Nendoroid like that, and then they bring their values or their traditions, quote unquote, or their culture from their previous hobby. Like let's say the Funko Pop community, for example. Like when a lot of Funko Pop collectors moved to Nendoroid. Yeah, dinala din nila yung yung mga kaartehan nila, yung mga ganun, yung mga yung yung mga like the way they price things. Yeah. In the Gunpla naman, I would say like a lot of the people from the old generation, they're not active in big groups anymore. Yung ginagawa nila, they just establish like their own smaller group. They establish their own smaller groups, and then kanya-kanya na lang. Yeah, like I noticed. Yeah, that's what a lot of people from the older generation do, because they don't like how the new generation is, because it's just it's very noisy. Yeah. And like there's also a lot of stupidity, I would say. I'm not gonna like mention specific groups, because that's for another video, not for this. Yeah, but like there's a lot of like it's not very. It doesn't feel very fun anymore. Like a lot of groups are very close-minded. Kaya like I noticed a lot of people I know then from the older generation. It's either they're more active in their smaller groups, or they're active in international groups, because international groups are more open-minded. At
Pero sir,
least.
tanong ko na rin
Yeah.
Sir Nichols,
Yeah.
Diba nabanggit mo
Okay.
yung salitang maingay. So,
Maingay,
ibig mo ba sabihin na mas maingay ang henerasyon ngayon in terms of parang may pagka-negative din compared sa old generation? Is it because na nagkaroon ng tinatawag na GCs sa mga specific groups? Kaya parang nangyari is mas nagiging maingay, parang mas nagiging toxic. Yun ba yung meaning mo, or may mga other terms for that?
I would say by maingay kasi, I mean like people are more okay. This is okay. So again, let me make like a time frame. Okay. I think this started around 2015, when people started becoming noisier. I mean, okay, I admit I'm also noisy, but like when I'm noisy, like it's always just as a joke, and it's always just and like I'm always honest, at least, but like there are people, because I know this since 2015. It's the kind of noisy that's offensive, the kind of noisy that's like the kind of noisy that's like they're trying to force their beliefs on you, like that. Ganon. Eh, siguro yung sinabi mong may kanyang-kanya mga GC, mga ganon. I can also see that, because like may mga I'm not gonna name names, but like may mga tao na ay alam ko this guy is friends with this guy, and alam ko like these guys are up to no good. Yeah.
Parang tinatawag dyan, sir, parang digital siraan, ganun.
Yeah, parang ganun. Yeah. Like I guess that's the noise, because like I mean back then like I was noisy, but it was always just to make people laugh. And then but now like the kind of noise there is in the community, it's like it's the offensive kind of noise, which I don't like, right? Like come on, let's all have fun, man. Ayun. Siguro they just enjoy that kind of thing. They enjoy conflict. They enjoy chaos.
Pero psychologically, Sir Nichols, di ba? Pero Sir Nichols, di ba, tinanong ko na rin to sa mga previous guests ko eh. And I want din na malaman ko rin yung opinion mo about this one. Kasi di ba meron mga ibang toy collectors eh, mapa-Funko man yan, mapa-Gunpla man yan, mapa-Marvel man yan. May mga, kung meron mga collectors na gusto lang mag-share ng kanilang collections, meron namang side na i-criticize ka. Merong iba na criticize na constructive, merong criticisms na gusto kang wasakin. So para sa iyo, sir, doon sa negative side, sir, ano bang role na ginagampanan nito sa community? Do you think na meron bang psychological problems tong mga to sa buhay ba? Meron bang problema sa totoong buhay to? Or sadya lang talaga it's their hobby to criticize lang talaga para makita yung relevance?
This is I'm gonna speak from experience. This is what I think. Personally, I think that some criticisms are valid. Like for example, when you're calling out scalpers, I think that's that's very valid because you're trying to protect the community. But but there are people na okay, in my experience, okay, I've been bashed for my jokes. Because usually the people who bash me are close-minded old people. I'm not gonna mention names. I'm not gonna say. I kind of want to, but no. Okay. So yeah. I think like some people are just close-minded. I think that's one reason. Because syempre, it's online, and not everyone's gonna agree with everything. I think Filipinos are very, Filipinos are very okay. They have these standards na like these very traditional standards na if they're not followed, they're gonna complain about it. And I understand naman, but I think that people have to learn that this is the internet, and the internet, it's a whole different world. You can't expect like everyone. Yeah, you can't expect like these traditional values you have to always be in the internet, and especially when it comes to humor, because humor is supposed to be open-minded, to be funny. Like humor is supposed to be like something that can make fun of anything. But then a lot of like the more traditional older people na like some of them are like new to the hobby, but like they're old, so like they have like the mindset of like, very boomerish mindset. Yeah. Ayun.
So parang kumbaga, Sir Nichols, parang sa akin na you can critique me on my opinion kasi we are entitled to share one's opinion. Do you think din ba sa view ko rin, kaya rin ang dahilan kung bakit yung ibang Filipino is mas pinipili na lang na makiban sa social media doon sa mga international kaysa sa Filipino groups dahil mas konserbatibo ang mga Pilipino kumpara sa iba?
Yeah, I think so. That's one thing. And because yung problema kasi sa yung pagiging conservative, I'm not sure if that's the right term, pero let's just use, for lack of a better term, let's just use that. Sometimes kasi because of that, ginagawa nilang problema yung hindi naman talaga dapat gawing problema. And I guess that's why a lot of younger Filipinos are by younger I mean like people in their 20s and I guess like early 30s and 20s. Those people they tend to move to international groups because international groups are fun. They're just, it's all memes and stuff. It's all memes. It's all like just fun discussions. Whereas a lot of Filipino groups these days are very strict, but like in a toxic way. Oh my God, I'm gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned in some group.
Sa akin naman, wala namang problema yun eh.
Kasi generalizing, I'm not generalizing, of course. Okay.
Kasi diba, ano naman diba, kaya lang naman natin nagagawa yung ganitong klaseng platform para kailangan din natin maintindihan yung side ng kabila eh, diba? Parang sabi mo nga, diba, they're forcing they're forcing na yung kanilang perspective sa hobby, di ba? Kailangan din natin na kung ikaw ay may karapatan na magsabi ng opinion mo or yung vision mo sa hobby, may rights ka rin na i-share din yung sa'yo. Kaya lang at the end of the day talaga, it's your own perspective pa rin yung masusunod. Kung ano yung gusto mo, walang makakapigil sa'yo.
Yeah,
Unless na
yeah,
lang, if you're going to
yeah.
listen to what perspective, di ba?
Yeah. So like my advice na lang to people is that if you feel that a group is not for you, yeah, just don't just go to another group. Yeah. Like yeah, you can't please everyone, but that's okay. That's fine. Like if I'm not accepted in this group, there's another group that's gonna accept. And yeah.
Okay. So, sir, di ba, before tayo mag-proceed, so shoutout sa atin yung mga viewers natin, si Mr. Franz Mark Oreste Omega, tsaka si Mr. Zarnel Tribina Toraso. So, sir, di ba, nakita ko rin dito sa, comments is, Gunpla is freedom. So, there are some collectors na ginagamit nila to, kumbaga in a good way. Merong iba na ginagamit nila to in a negative way. So, parang ito yung parang nagiging avoidance ng tao. Merong iba nagagamit nila ito sa magandang paraan. So para sa iyo, sir, ano ba ang nagiging perspective mo sa ganitong klaseng salitang Gunpla is freedom pagdating sa Filipino community? Ano ba nila in a way ginagamit at nagiging interpretasyon nito sa tao?
Okay. I mean, Gunpla is freedom is I think okay. Yes, Gunpla is freedom, but freedom is something you should use responsibly. So you have the freedom to do what you want with your Gunpla, but other people also have the freedom to criticize you. Freedom is a two-way thing. It's not just you. It's not just about you. You know, yeah. So I guess like dapat isipin natin na yung mundo, hindi lang tayo ang nakatira sa mundo. Like madaming tao sa mundo. And like everyone has the right to enjoy freedom, and not just you. So you have to keep that in mind. Yeah.
So paano naman, sir, kung halimbawa may mga ganito tayong senaryo na nakikita, di ba? Na halimbawa, gumawa ako or nagpaint ako ng isang tip. Tapos sinasabi nung isa na ay may knob marks yung gawa mo, ay may paint yung sinasabi mo. Tapos sasabihin ko, ako yung kinikriticize na wag mo pakialaman yung ginagawa ko, Gunpla is freedom. So anong interpretation mo sa ganung bagay? Ang idadahilan ko, Gunpla is freedom.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Pero kung i-bash ka namin, freedom din namin yun. Diba? Yeah.
Diba? Parang, ang nangyari kasi, sir, like, diba, is parang nagiging, parang sabihin na natin, sorry for the word, parang nagiging defense mechanism nila yung Gunpla is freedom. Kaya yung nagiging positive term ng Gunpla is freedom is nasisira dahil sa ginagawa nila itong mechanism para masabi na they're still relevant sa ginagawa nila. Tama ba ako, sir?
Yeah, I guess. Which is not a good thing. Siguro ano na lang, if you think na if you just want to build for yourself, then just don't post it on the internet. Yeah. If you want to build something without getting criticized, then don't post it on the internet, because people will comment, people will tell you something about your work. But if you're proud, if you can say that, yeah, I'm proud of this, I love what I did, then go ahead and share your work. But at the same time, if you're proud of something, you have to be ready to accept. Yeah, because like you have to be ready to accept what people will say about it, because I think that's also part of being proud of your work. It's not just about being like eager to show people. It's also about being willing to accept what people have to say about your work. I think that's also part of being proud of your work.
Pero sir, di ba, isa rin to sa mga question din na gusto ko rin na maitanong sa iyo. Kasi sir, di ba, this is a never-ending argument between purists or yung mga tinatawag na bootleg loyalists or collectors. So sir, di ba, iba rin ang henerasyon dati, iba rin ang henerasyon ngayon. So para sa iyo, sir, anong masasabi mo rito? Do you think na na-utilize ba siya na maayos or mas lumala yung issue between authentic versus bootleg?
Parang ngayon, okay, I honestly think it's not that big of an issue anymore. Because like buying bootlegs has been like a little bit again, I don't know if normalize is the right word there, but like it's more accepted now, and like a lot of Filipino Gundam groups have like rules that say no bashing bootleg, like everything is welcome.
Mm.
Uh yeah. Para sa akin, it's not that big of an issue anymore. Or at least yeah. Because ako naman, dati nang bash ako ng bootleg. Pero ngayon hindi na, because I realized there are people na who buy bootleg because yun lang kaya nila, which I understand. Life is hard. So ayun, yeah. Like I don't bash them anymore, but I still discourage it. Like as much as possible, please guys, don't buy bootlegs. And also, bootlegs are a pain in the hand to build. They're gonna they're you might not enjoy the build because they're gonna make your hands hurt. So yeah, honestly, just save a little bit
Tsaka
more
di ba
for
parang ang
Bandai.
magandang term dito to support your statement, di ba, na sabihin na natin na there are some na yun lang yung kaya nilang i-afford, di ba? Pero darating sa point, di ba, sir, di ba, na kahit anong gawin nila, lalo na't mahal nila yung ginagawa nilang hobby, lilipat at lilipat ka sa Bandai kahit anong mangyari, sir, di ba? Kasi may mga ganong instances, di ba, na pag may mga, kahit na hindi ganoon kalaki yung kinikita natin sa araw-araw, at posible tayo nakakaipon yan, di ba? At darating sa point yung naiipon natin minsan at tingin na kasya yun sa budget natin sa hobby at sa pang-araw-araw natin. Tingin ko ma-accomplish yan ng mga fellow collectors natin.
Yeah,
yun yung parang
yeah.
na ipapractice yan, di ba? Nasa tao yan.
Yeah. I just hope though that Gunpla doesn't get even more expensive, because it's gotten a bit more expensive lately. So yeah. Let's just hope for the best. Ayun, I mean, the world is not in a good state economically right now, but you know, like let's hope the world recovers from this. So yeah, when that happens, I guess people in general will have more purchasing power to buy Bandai.
Pero sir, 'di ba, speaking of Bandai, 'di ba? Speaking of Bandai, sir, 'di ba? Let's discuss this one by one. So sir, itong next question ko, I think na isa to sa mga magugustuhan mo rin. So itong question is, 'di ba, na nakita ko rin sa post mo na nagpunta ka sa Japan.
Yes.
And meron kang naging experiences doon na I think na makakatulong itong impormasyon na to para sa mga viewers natin. So sir, ano ba yung naging advantage at disadvantage ng pagpunta mo sa Japan?
In terms of Gunpla?
Yes, sir. In terms of the hobby.
Okay. In terms of hobby, okay. Here's the thing. Okay, Gunpla is definitely cheaper in Japan. Like definitely. Like yes, cheaper in Japan. But if you're thinking na kung pupunta ka dun, tapos like everything, lahat ng gusto mo nandun, no, you're wrong. Kasi madami kang kakompetensya. Okay, I'm not saying that lahat ng kakompetensya mo are scalpers, but halo-halo yan eh. Like may mga scalpers, may mga tao who just want to buy the kit, pero madami sila. Because with G-Witch especially, G-Witch is very popular, very successful, one of the most successful Gundam shows of all time, and it just like the demand for G-Witch kits is just so high, especially for aerial and aerial rebuild, the main characters. And like yung mga kompetensya mo dun, not just scalpers, not just Japanese fans, but like you can assume na rin that international fans like you will be going to Japan also. So there's a lot of competition there. But like I will say though, like it's a good place to hunt for, I guess, like P Bandais and stuff like that. And also if you're going to Yokohama, like here for example, I got this. This is the Yokohama Gundam High Mobility type. If you plan to go to Yokohama to see the moving Gundam, and you want to buy the exclusive kits, yeah, by all means go. Yeah, go ahead. It's awesome. Pero ayun nga, like, tsaka, the last time I went to Japan before my, okay, so I went 2023 this year. The last time I went before this trip was in 2019. So if I'm comparing like Akihabara 2019 and 2015, because I also went there 2015. I went there 2015 and 2019. So if I'm comparing those 2 years to this year, I would say that Akihabara was better before. It's not as good as it was before. Like before, because like they had more stocks and there were less scalpers. People didn't really scalp Gunpla back in the day because the supply demand wasn't so bad, but like all of these things happened because of the pandemic, and because the pandemic is the root of all of this. If the pandemic didn't happen, none of this would have happened. But it is what it is.
No,
There's nothing
sir,
we
di
can do
ba?
about
Tanong ko
that.
na lang din, sir, di ba? When you speak of pandemic, di ba? In terms of market, ano ba yung nagiging dahilan din bakit nagkakaroon ng limited stocks yung kasi di ba meron naging rumors din. Hindi ko sure kung totoo to or is just a speculation na kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng limited stocks dahil nililimitahan ni Bandai ang stocks dahil sa mga scalpers. O sa tingin mo dahil ba ito sa scalpers o dahil to sa lumalawak na international market?
Okay, this is what I know is happening based on what I've read before somewhere. I read this in the website. I forgot which website, and based on what I've experienced myself. So, because of the pandemic, syempre like production kind of went low, right? Because like for a time people can't really like work fully. And tama ba? Did they have to close down a factory? I'm not sure about this. Did they?
I'm
I don't know then.
not sure.
Okay. Sige, let's just disregard that because I'm not sure about that. Okay, so because of the pandemic, a lot of people na hindi nagagunpla dati, they decided to do Gunpla because Gunpla is it's a very indoor friendly hobby, right? It's a very pandemic friendly hobby. So when it was still pandemic, when everyone was just staying at home, the demand for Gunpla was really high, but the supply wasn't as good. It wasn't good enough to meet the demand. So the demand went even higher during the pandemic, and because of that, umuso yung scalping. Because the scalpers is we can take advantage of this. We can take advantage of like the demand, the increased demand of Gunpla. And then your scalpers took advantage of that. And then because scalping is now a normalized thing in Gunpla, which sucks. And like and then Bandai, what they did naman, in order to address that problem, they thought that they can fix this by ordering hobby shops to stop entertaining international markets. And that's what happened. And that's why we can't get Gunpla for cheap here anymore in the Philippines. Like it's always just like the main basis is now Banky price. Like that's like now the main pricing basis because we can't get things for yen price anymore because of Bandai's directive. Now here's the thing about Bandai's directive: it solved their problem, but only on the short term. It left some long-term problems, like because let's say alam ko this thing started with the RG Hainu, and I think like eventually the RG God. I think this also happened to RG God. Dati, it was so hard to get those kits, right? It was so hard to get those hits because Bandai was like uh, trying to limit the stocks, uh,
Mm-hmm.
trying to limit like the international market stuff. Uh, however, uh, what happened is that they became overstocked in Japan. Alam ko RG Hainu became overstocked in Japan at one point.
Mm-hmm.
I think RG God didn't. I think I'm not sure. Well, I was able to get an RG God in Japan, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's one thing. Ayun. However, I'm gonna say that I don't think overstocking applies to G Witch kits. When I
Mm-hmm.
was in Japan, the only items that were overstocked were the Michaelis, because okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think I love the Michaelis, but I think the reason why it does it why the reason why it doesn't sell that well is because people hate Shadiq. But I'm cool with him though. Like I think he's an interesting villain. But like yeah, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't like him. A lot of people hate him, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why his mobile suit is sitting on shelves. And like
Mm-hmm.
I also saw a lot of Hindry. I saw a lot of I saw a lot of Demi Trainer, both the normal one and the Choo Choo Demi Trainer.
Mm-hmm.
However, actually, in Akihabara, the stock was really bad. Like those were the only things I saw in Akihabara, and like I guess like Mirasol pack was there, which was cool. I was able to get my Mirasol pack Akihabara, but ano naman, when I went to Nagoya, the stocks were pretty good. Like I
Mm-hmm.
got my RG God from Nagoya. They had Tyrell Balde. They had both Miorine and Soleta figurized kits. They had Farak. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, pero no rebuild, no Luffy Thorn. Like those got sold out immediately.
Pero
I'm
sir,
sorry, Luffy Thor
pero sir, sorry
pala.
to interrupt.
I'm sorry. No
Pero,
Luffy Thor, no rebuild.
pero sorry to interrupt,
Pero
Sir
Thorn, there was a
Nichols,
lot
ah.
of Thorn. Yeah,
Pero sorry to interrupt din, Sir Nichols, ah. Nasabi mo
yeah,
nga,
yeah.
sir, di ba, na there's some na may maganda, there's some na may pangit. So, sa mga nag-speculate din sa Japan na, totoo ba yun, sir, na natutupad yung 1:1 or 2:2 sa Japan?
Okay, okay. So what I'm about to say, take this with a grain of salt because I'm not sure. I don't understand Japanese. I can't read Japanese. I don't understand Japanese. But based on what I've experienced, some stores apply 1:1, but not for all items. Items
Mm-hmm.
that I noticed. Okay, I noticed 1:1. My Mirasol pack was 1:1. Uh, Everything, pero parang I don't think they do it for every item. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
and also I don't I'm not sure if every shop does it because
Mm-hmm.
yeah, parang yung mga alam ko lang na 1:1, yung mga item na nasa counter mismo. Eh,
Mm-hmm.
hindi naman lahat ganun. So, yeah. And I think I think it depends on the shop and it depends on yeah. But I will say this, yeah, like I said, Akihabara, not a good place to shop because you have so much competition there.
Mm-hmm.
I had I think your chances are better in Nagoya. Like Nagoya had
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, like I mentioned, they had Daryl Balde, they had Farak, they had Thorn, they had Luffy Thorn. Pero wala na ring rebuild that time. Wala na ring. I'm pretty sure they restocked eventually, but when I was there, they ran out of rebuild. They ran out of Luffy 4,
Mm-hmm.
which were like pretty hype that time. So ayun.
Mm-hmm. Pero sir, di ba, question ko na rin, sir, di ba, sa mga malls or sa mga hobby shops din sa Japan, sir, di ba? Dati, di ba, nasabi mo nga na mas maganda yung dati kumpara ngayon. Dahil sa
Yeah.
pandemic, di ba, umusbong ang mga reseller sa Pilipinas, sa mundo
Yeah.
ng hobby, sa collecting.
I would say all
So, sir, di ba,
over the world.
yes. So, dahil na rin, sir, di ba, sa pag-limit ng stocks ng mga toys, hindi lang si Bandai, pati na rin sa mga ibang companies is, di ba, na nalilimitahan na rin yung mga stock sa market eh. So, para sa mga resellers, do you think question na rin, or sa mga scalpers, do you think isa na rin to sa mga possible na maging downfall na mga resellers or scalpers dahil hindi na sila tulad nung dati na nakakakuha sila ng mura at nabebenta nila dito ng halaga na which is affordable para sa mga collectors.
Ah, okay. Um, wait. Anong tanong mo?
Kung baga sir, para halimbawa sir, I'm a seller, di ba? I'm a reseller of toys or Gunpla.
Yeah.
And sabi mo nga sir, di ba, na Japan dati is mas maganda ang stocks kumpara ngayon. Dahil sir, di ba, maraming umusbong na mga reseller nung panahon ng pandemic. So ngayon sir, di ba, ang nabibigyan na lang talaga usually ng stocks na madami talaga is yung official distributor dito sa ating bansa. So para sa iyo sir, ang question dito is, ito ba yung parang start ng downfall or possible downfall ng mga resellers or scalpers dahil hindi na nila nabebenta ng ganong halaga yung isang toy dati kumpara ngayon dahil nililimitahan mo?
Okay, for me it depends. I don't think it's their downfall because I mean sadly it's not their, I wish it's their downfall, but it's like I don't think it's their downfall because there's just so much hype around Gundam right now, like G-Witch especially, and they can use that hype to their advantage, which is sad, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't think it's their downfall because G-Witch is hype, and they can just like take advantage of that. But when that hype dies, and hype will die eventually, when that hype does die, it's probably going to be a lot harder for them, which is great.
So when we speak of diba? When we speak of resellers or scalpers, diba? So yan yung next question ko para sa iyo. Kasi diba dito sa Pilipinas din, diba, naging talamak din ang mga resellers or sa scalper. Especially dahil mahirap na ang stocks ngayon sa Japan, which is our current, diba? Merong ibang resellers or scalpers na pumupunta talaga sa mga official stores para bumili ng item and they're going to sell that in higher price. So for example, sir, si Ariel na 1,000 pesos lang or 900 pesos dati, na 1,000 na regular price, ang nagre-resulta is binibenta siya ng mga 1,700 to 2,000 sa market and also low free. So para sa iyo sir, ano ba yung nakikita mong perspective sa ganitong bagay na ginagawa talaga nilang high market talaga yung mga kits na which usually talaga overpriced na talaga yung binibenta?
Okay, so like to everyone doing that, get a real job. Get a real job. So no, because I think that's the worst possible. That's the worst case of scalping. Yung mga scalper na kumukuha sa Japan market or so, I think to an extent that's still a little bit acceptable because at least you're helping your fellow men get get access those kits early, which I can respect. Like yeah, there are a few shops doing that. Like they get like siguro may connections sila sa Japan, tapos like pinapadala na lang dito, tapos ni-resell for usually the price isn't that bad. I think it's I mean at least you get it early, right? Pero yung mga kumukuha dito sa local market, tsaka sa P-Bandai Shopee, tapos kinascalp nila, kumukuha silang. Kasi, okay, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 pieces limit ba sa shop? 8 or 8 pieces?
As far as I can remember, alam ko, mga 6 pieces yata sa isang account.
Yeah, 6. Yeah, mga 6. So, like, there are people who take full advantage of that. They get 6 pieces, and then they have a second account, and then, like, I'm not gonna mention names, but, like, I've heard of stories na, may mga gumaganon. And it sucks because the thing is, this market, the local market, is already so limited. The stocks are already so limited in the local market compared to Japan, compared to I might even say the US, because like I think their P-Bandai access is better than ours. And like Singapore, I think also has pretty good P-Bandai access. us, like usually when P Bandai releases an item here in the Philippines, it's just 50 pieces. Like if we're lucky, 100 pieces, but that's like the maximum. That's like already considered pretty high, which sucks. Because like imagine like for example, high grade Gundam Rose, grabe 50 pieces lang yun. Tapos like i-distribute yung 50 pieces across an entire country, across an entire like across the entire Filipino Gundam fan base. And of course, a lot of people want that kit. It's G Gundam. A lot of G Gundam fans in the Philippines. And 50 pieces, tapos magsa-scalp ka pa. Yeah. So I think those people are really selfish because it's already hard to get them to begin with here in the Philippines, and then they're making it even
paano
harder.
Paano kung halimbawa, reseller ako, tapos sabihin ko, wala kang pakialam, negosyo ko to. Kung ayaw, kung namamahalan ka sa binili ko, di sa iba ka bumili. Di ba? Paano kung ganun
Yeah, ito sisirain kita. Ito sisirain kita. Because you deserve that. Ayun, yeah. So, ayun lang, like, just don't tolerate. Saka yung mga respect, mga ganun. Yung mga, respect my price. Yung mga ganun.
Paano naman, sir, bigyan kita ng isang senaryo. For example, ito. Alam naman natin, sir, iba ang pamamalakad sa Japan. Iba ang pamamalakad sa Pilipinas. So, di ba, merong ibang collectors na naglalabas ng hinaing. Lalo na sa G-Witch, di ba, na laging sinasabi na, naubusan ako, hindi ako nakaabot, may mga scalper kasi na bumibili. Di ba, may mga ganyang hinaing sa toy store, di ba? Paano kung halimbawa, sir, if you're a staff of a toy store, which is hindi natin makokontrol kasi iba ang kalakaran ng toy store sa Pilipinas, iba ang kalakaran sa Japan. So, what if kung halimbawa, sir, merong isang tao na nag-assist. So, different scenario, gawa tayo ng isang scenario. Merong isang customer na nagpunta ron. So, nakasabayan mo siya. And then, nasaktuhan mong yung release nung isang specific, for example, si Ariel Gundam doon sa isang toy store. Nasaktuhan mo, marami pa. And then, sir, nung time na nakasabayan mo siya, nakita mo is kumuha siya ng 8 piraso. And then, ang sasabihin, sir, kukuha po ako nito para sa kaibigan ko. Pero ang kinuha is 8 piraso. And then, makikita mo sa social media, buy and sell, authentic from Japan. So, anong masasabi mo rito sa ganitong bagay na which is uncontrollable naman, intindihin natin. So, just sa ganitong scenario na to, anong masasabi mo rito?
Well, I mean, people who do that are bad or evil people. Because like, same person, this is the same person who posted online, the same person who bought like 8 pieces.
Actually, it's the same person.
Same person. Yeah, that is pure evil. Like I think that okay, I don't know if staff are allowed to do this. They're probably not, but like I think they should be. I think that they're entitled to call out the person kasi niloko ka niya. Niloko ka nung taong yun, di ba? Sinabi niya kaibigan, pero yun pala, i-resell niya lahat yun. Niloko ka niya. So, kung niloko ka niya, you have the right to call him out. Because you were like a victim there. That's what I think, Or, yeah. Yun lang. That's what I think. I don't know if siguro bawal gawin yun. It's a little bit dangerous to do, but like in my opinion, I think that's the right thing to do because he did something bad to you, diba?
Pero sir, paano naman dun sa mga tao na halimbawa, di ba, na hindi sila nakakabot lagi ng aerial Gundam. For example, especially aerial reveal na ilalabas sa market, di ba, na bago in full mechanics na at magiging same scenario na naman siya possible na ay hindi ako nakaabot, nakuha na naman ng mga scalper. So for those na nawawala ng pag-asa at yung iba is nagre-resulta na bumibili na lang sila sa scalper dahil no choice na sila. So ano yung mga maipapayo mo sa ganitong klaseng sitwasyon? Meron pa bang other alternatives or options para makakuha sila ng kit na hinahanap nila. Like for example, this new G-Witch upcoming releases.
Okay. Here's what I would say about that. Don't entertain scalpers, because if you entertain scalpers, you're just um you're just you're just normalizing this bad culture. Especially kapag if this is a G-Witch kit, that's gonna get reprinted. You can just wait. You're gonna regret spending 2K on an aerial, because later on you're gonna be able to find that for like 900 or 1,000. So yeah, like my advice is to just don't entertain scalpers. I guess like okay lang siguro yung mga 300 patong, 400 maybe. Like yung mga yeah. Yung mga ganun, I think that's fine. But like don't entertain yung mga 1.7. Jesus Christ. What? 1.8, 1.9, 2K? It's crazy. Yeah. Don't entertain that. May mga 1.2 pwede pa. 1.2 na aerial pwede pa. Okay pa yun.
Paano naman, Sir Nichols? Try natin na gawa na isang debate. So, for example, sir, ako yung may capacity. May pera ako. Kaya ko bilhin yung pinakamahal. So, what if kung halimbawa pipilosopohin kita, sabihin ko na wala akong pakialam sa presyo eh. Kahit na mahal yan, bibiling ko yan dahil gusto ko yung item na yan. At saka yung mga scalper, wala namang problema kasi natutugunan naman nila yung pangangailangan namin dahil lalo na't malayo kami, hindi namin nakukuha yung specific item, nasasagot nila yung kailangan namin. So para sa iyo, sir, for those that are defending scalpers or resellers, ano yung magiging possible statement mo about that?
I think those people are selfish. They're only thinking about themselves, and they're not thinking about like the community. They're not thinking about like the bigger picture, because if they entertain scalpers, they're supporting the normalization of scalping. And that's not a good thing for the hobby, because the hobby used to be, dati naman wala namang scalpers, diba? The hobby used to be like such a fun, free, peaceful hobby. And then scalpers came in, and then it sucks now. So like and here's the sadder part. Here's the even sadder part. G-Witch is getting new fans, right? New fans are new to Gundam, new to Gunpla. The sad part there is that they're gonna think that this is normal. They're gonna think that this scalping is normal because they're new to these things, and then 2K and aerial, okay, I guess it's normal, right? But it's not. And like I think it's important to spread awareness we shouldn't normalize scalping. We shouldn't normalize overcharging and overspending for something. Like ayun. That's what I think, because Gunpla is not supposed to be like that.
Pero sir, 'di ba, tsaka just to add to that, 'di ba, na at the end of the day, lesson in life din sa mundo ng hobby, 'di ba? Mayaman ka man or hindi, or may middle class ka, kumbaga pera mo kasi yan eh. Hindi ko pwede diktahan yung gusto mong gawin kung anong gusto mong bilhin. Kasi 'di ba may mga ganyan tao, 'di ba, bumili ka ng isang bagay, didiktahan ka, ang mahal niyan, huwag kang bumili niyan. At the end of the day, pera mo kasi yan, ikaw makakapag-decide niyan eh. So kung ikaw ay may kaya mong bilhin yung overpriced na kit, it's your choice. Walang pipigil sa'yo. Pero wag sanang dumating sa point yung pagka nakakita ka ng mas mura kesa doon sa nabili mong overpricing na kit, yung magkakaroon ka ng regrets na magreklamo ka na bakit binili ko to, ang mahal nito. Tama ba?
Okay. This is what I think about that. I think okay, it's okay to overspend for like if it's limited, or if it's like a figure, or like a Figma or a Robot Damshi, because those are limited runs, right? And or a P Bandai, because those are limited runs. Now, I think it's okay to overspend a little bit on those things, but because I mean, you're uncertain kung marireprint yun, diba? You're uncertain kung marireissue yung mga ganun. But for regular releases like G-Witch kits, like Ariel, for example, you're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret spending 2K on that. Like, trust me, you're gonna regret that. And yeah. Okay. Can I give tips for
Oh,
people who
sige,
like
sige.
tips to? Okay. So my first tip, like for like to avoid having to pay scalper price. My first tip is to have friends. Have friends who can help you find what you need.
Mhm.
Have friends, and in turn, you can help them as well. Like my Ariel, for example, my Ariel was from Toy Town Market, and it was my friend, my good friend Eugene, who helped me find it. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, like he helped me out for that.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, yeah, and I helped him get his Lou freeze. Yeah,
Mhm.
before that, I helped him get his Lou freeze, and then for the aerial, he was going to help me. So it's just like an exchange. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
it's very useful to have like a network of Gundam friends, of Gunpla friends who will help you find
Mhm.
what you need. And and I also highly recommend checking out Silverge'S whereabouts. Very useful, very dependable. But you have to be fast. You have to like check your phone like all the time. Yeah. But yeah. My number one tip talaga is to have friends. Yeah. It really helps.
Mhm. Tsaka sir, 'di ba parang isa rin sa mga ano diyan, isa rin sa mga magandang solution din diyan just to add to that, yung sinabi mo yung mga reissues. So kumbaga sir, 'di ba parang lesson in life din na sa tulad nga sabi ni Chris RC, kung hindi naman kaya, huwag sabayan. Kasi sir, 'di ba there might be a possibility na hindi man sa iyo yung laruan or hindi man sa iyo yung gunpla ngayon, may possible na makuha mo siya in the future at baka mas
Yeah.
mura pa siya kumpara nung overpriced pa siya. Tama ba
Yeah,
ako dun?
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. But actually
Mhm.
I will say though, I guess like um paying overpriced for something
Mhm.
would be a little bit more acceptable if you're a content creator. Because if
Mhm.
you're a content creator, if you want to get this review of this kit like as fast as you can, then I guess you have no choice. But like, yeah, as much as possible, like if you're just like a normal consumer, if you're not really a content creator, then I don't think you need to rush. Yeah,
Mhm. Okay.
you know.
So, sir, yeah, ito rin isa sa mga next question ko rin, sir, di ba? Na which is kailangan din natin ma-awaken yung mga collector, especially sa new generations. Kasi ito is natitake advantage na kasi, di ba? So, sir, there was this missing parts. So, sa bootleg
Okay.
kasi, sir, di ba, hindi na, natural na sa atin yan na pagka-bootleg, may nawawalang parts. So, for Bandai,
Mm,
sir, 100% accurate si Bandai, hindi nawawala ng parts. So, what if, for example, sir, you own a toy store, 'di ba? You own a toy
okay.
store. Bumili ako sa iyo ng isang model kit. And then sir, nung binili ko sa iyo yung model kit na yon, bumalik ako sa iyo. And then ang sinabi ko, sir, gusto kong ibalik tong kit dahil nung tinignan ko yung Gunpla, may missing parts. So para sa iyo sir, in that scenario sir, do you think na may mga ganun bang instances talaga na pagdating sa Bandai, may nawawala talagang parts or sadya talagang, sorry for the word, katangahan talaga ng collector? Kasi di ba may mga part na may nabu-black hole na parts,
Okay.
di ba?
Okay. Okay. I honestly, I've personally never experienced that. Like a lost part, like it was lost kagad. I mean, broken
Mhm.
parts, sure, that happens. Broken parts, yeah, that does
Mhm.
happen. Pero lost na completely wala siya. I don't.
Mhm.
That's never happened to me. Pero we can do research on that. Maybe we can check Reddit. Maybe there are stories on Reddit about that.
Mhm.
But my personal experience, I've never witnessed that. I know like I said, broken parts, that does happen, but
Mhm.
broken parts, mismolded parts, but
Mhm.
missing parts has never happened. I've
Mhm.
never been told stories about it too. Uh, so
Kasi
yeah,
'di
it
ba parang
could
sa social
be a
media 'di ba
scam.
sa social media 'di ba nakakapag-result to minsan ng misinformation 'di ba? Na sinasabi nga daw pagka pumupunta kasi sa isang toy store, minsan sasabihin sa isang post 'di ba na nung pagbukas ko nawala yung kit pero hindi nila nare-realize sa sarili nila para mapagtakpan yung pagkakamali nila. Nawala talagang parts dun sa loob 'di ba? So sa tingin mo sir, may mga ganito rin ba nangyayari sa dating henerasyon na ngayon na hindi na nai-apply ni Bandai sa mga consumer?
Okay, here's the thing. You know, Bandai had a solution to this before because Bandai, they back in the day, they offered parts replacement services in the Philippines. Pero they stopped doing that because Filipinos abuse that system. So, yeah. You know, I've actually never used that service before. I've never used that service, but yeah, it was a thing before. And alam ko yung gagawin, they deliver the whole sprue to you, the whole runner, the runner that includes a lost part. But yeah, that they don't do that anymore because Filipinos abuse that. And I think siguro yung sinasabi mong yung kwento mo sa akin just now, maybe that's also like them trying to abuse it, right? But yeah, so yeah, like I think that so far naman I think Bandai should because I know mismolding is still a thing. Mismolding because my friend the K, he he bought a he got a figurized Kamen Rider Black kit and there was a mismold. Like the part nandun siya pero hindi siya completely produced. Like parang there's like a part na parang premature yung pagkagawa niya.
Parang kumbaga parang ang nagiging production issue lang is in deformity, hindi talaga missing parts.
Yeah, there. Yeah. So, I guess like Bandai can just fix that. Yeah, the quality control. But yeah, I don't think missing parts is a problem. Or at least it's never been a problem for me. It could be a problem for someone. Maybe it's an isolated case. Pero I think that I think yung nagreklamo ba siya sa staff ba siya nagreklamo?
Possible kasi parang kumbaga is just a sample scenario, 'di ba? Possible. Kasi 'di ba hindi mawawala yan sa mga hobby shops or sa mga official stores na pwede nilang i-claim or pwede silang gumawa ng katarantaduhan na missing parts to, 'di ba?
Okay. This is what I think.
Saka parang sa tingin ko, sir, di ba? Pwede mo akong i-critic kung tama ako dito. Parang suggestion ko na lang din sa mga ibang hobby shops or sa mga official toy stores na pagka bumili ng kit yung isang collector, i-check nila yung parts plus dapat meron silang tipo or documentations na proof na chinek ko to para pag nagreklamo sila ng missing parts, wala silang
that's a good idea. I agree with that. I think you know, may mga in-order ako sa Shopee. This kit for example, the Daryl Balde. Yung mga ano niya, yung mga plastic niya, nilagyan siya ng label, which I find interesting because like I think that's a good thing because that means that they check the parts and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Yeah, the shop mismo did this. They put the label themselves. So yeah, I think it's a good thing that they check the parts. They check if things are complete. Ayun. What else am I gonna say? Wait. I think that what Bandai can do, another thing they can do is that actually mas maganda yung suggestion. Mas maganda yung suggestion. But like another thing they can do is bring back the parts replacement services, but be more strict about it. Para because I mean, let's face it, madaming mga kailangan yan. Pero at the same time, I think they have to be more strict about it para hindi na maabuso.
Pero sir, kung halimbawa, if possible na ibalik nila yung policy na yan, do you think Philippines will be the number one proprietor pagdating sa ganyan?
Oh, wait, I just realized something. They can't do that na pala anymore because they're having production issues already to begin with, right?
Pero kung halimbawa, sir, kung sakali man, kung kwentuhan lang naman possible na maibalik yan, sakali ibalik nila ganyang policy, do you think mas abusive talaga yung paggamit niyan pagdating sa ganyan is Filipino kumpara sa international. Sa tingin mo lang, sir. Mo ba
Based on what
unahan
I've
mo?
heard, yeah. Based on what I heard, and like
Mhm.
I mean, like it was so bad that they canceled it in the Philippines.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if they still do it in other countries, pero alam ko mas tumagal yung service sa other countries based on what I know.
Mhm.
Pero di ko alam kung ginagawa pa nila ngayon. Baka hindi na. Or baka sa Japan na lang. Na feeling ko nga
Mhm.
feeling ko lang sa
Mhm.
Japan na lang nila ginagawa yun. Pero, oh, by the way, wait lang. Speaking of Gunpla parts, I wanna mention something.
Mhm.
Uh, this is for everyone who plans to go to Japan. Okay, so in
Mhm.
Akihabara, in the Radio Kaikan building, go to the sixth floor. The sixth floor, you'll find Yellow Submarine Hobby Shop. Yellow Submarine
Mhm.
Hobby Shop, they have a section there called Parts Paradise. Parts Paradise,
Mhm.
they sell parts, lots of
Mhm.
parts. So if you're there to just look for parts and you're not really there to look for a full kit, like you just need like, let's say yung arms ng Turn A or yung arms ng Lufrith or ganun. Or yung
Mhm.
ulo ni Ariel. Kasi meron din sila, may mga parts ni Ariel sila nun nung pumunta ako dun. Yeah,
Mhm.
you might want to check it out. Go to my YouTube. I made a YouTube video about it. Like I made a vlog, a vlog
Mhm.
of my experience there in Parts
Mhm.
Paradise. You can check that out on my YouTube channel, Nichols Hobby.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
yun lang. I just wanted to mention that because I think it's a very important and a very interesting thing you can find in Japan na hindi mo mahahanap sa mga ibang bansa. Yeah, a
Mhm.
store that sells parts. You
Pero
know.
sir, 'di ba when you speak of ano, 'di ba? When you speak of shop, 'di ba? So, 'di ba, napag-usapan natin kanina, 'di ba, na nagkakaroon na ng differences between the previous era and the present era pagdating sa stocks available sa Japan. So sir, ito rin question ko na rin is ito ba yung isa rin sa mga naging reason kung bakit may mga hobby shops dito sa Pilipinas na nagsara dahil na rin sa kakaunting stocks or hindi na ma-provide ng mga ibang sellers yung kailangan ng mga hobbies na nagreresulta ng iba na closure or nare-refund yung mga nagiging pre-orders. Totoo
That's
ba to, sir?
possible. I don't know if that's true, but I think it's possible. Kasi, syempre, because Bandai cut a lot of things off, diba? A lot of connections off.
Mhm.
Connections are lost. And when connections are lost, business is affected.
Mhm.
Yeah, that could be a factor. And like, of course, that's probably not the only factor, but it's
Mhm.
one of the factors.
Mhm.
Uh, I remember Akaman, Akaman Hobby Shop. I remember, yeah, they announced they were closing down. That
Mhm.
was really sad news for me because I think they were like one of like the nicer shops back in the day. Like they'd offer P Bandai for good prices. So
Mhm.
yeah, if I remember correctly. Hmm.
So parang kumbaga sir, 'di ba, meron kasing ibang resellers, 'di ba, na nagpe-pre-order tapos magugulat na lang tayo nalilimitahan yung stocks. 'Di ba meron tayong kailangan i-educate diyan 'di ba, na halimbawa pre-order ka tapos biglang naka-cut, merong iba na pag nag-down payment sila na ine-explain na sa collector na ganito yung nangyari tapos yung iba close-minded, 'di ba? Parang hindi na rin kasi naintindihan. Kahit sabihin natin na meron ding failure of compliance din yung reseller. Meron ding parang kailangan di-understand yung collector na dahil nga doon sa cutting system na yun, 'di ba? Na kaya hindi ka nabigyan ng stock na yun. Tama ba ako?
Yeah, well, I think I think kailangan na lang tanggapin na ganun eh. Kasi iba na yung
Mm.
mundo ngayon eh. Like
Mm.
madaming madaming cut na talaga sa mga stocks, especially
Mm.
with like SH Figure Art.
Mm.
SH Figure Arts, yeah, I think it actually happens mostly with SH Figure Arts. Yung mga
Mm.
cut kaya
Mm.
hindi na like some people aren't able to get their pre-orders. Um,
Mm.
pero for I think that was a problem also with Gunpla during the pandemic. For I think ngayon hindi na siya gaanong ka-problema. Because I
Mm.
remember that was a problem during the time of like RG God Gundam. I remember there were cuts for that, and like Ariel, when Ariel first came out, I think Ariel was also affected by that. But now, parang I don't think it's that big of a problem anymore. I mean, it still is. I mean, I think now kasi the problem is the pricing. Everything's more expensive now. But yeah, and like the supply is still bad in general. But it's especially like I said, kanina in Japan is very competitive. But like pre-orders, parang it's not as bad anymore. I would say like pre-orders at least.
Tsaka sir, di ba parang just to add to that, di
For
ba?
Gunpla,
Tsaka just to add to that,
like I think okay.
tsaka just to add to that, di ba, sa pre-order, sir, di ba, na ma-understand mo kung di ka makaabot, okay lang. Basta makuha mo yung yung ano mo, yung down payment mo. Magalit ka kung hindi mo na nakuha yung video mo,
of
di ba?
course. Like I think it's the responsibility of obviously of the seller to refund the buyer who wasn't able to get his toy. So yeah, I think that that's very important also.
So sir, di ba, to proceed with the next question then sir, di ba, in terms of, di ba, syempre, your vlog for Nichols Hobby, di ba? Nakita ko yung naging evolution ng hobby mo, syempre, di ba? From being a toy reviewer up to, hindi ko sure kung paano ko sasabihin to, kung activist kind of thing or parang toy, di ba? Di ba? So, activist mo or parang kind of political thing which is very educating.
I just wanna make people laugh, but like I want my jokes to be meaningful also. That's my goal. Like I wanna, yeah. I think because
actually, sir,
my channel now. Okay.
Actually, sir, hindi siya sinusugar. Actually, ito sa buong puso ko talaga, sa puso ko talaga na napapag ko kasi yung video mo, close-minded lang ang di makakaintindi. Kasi 'di ba, may mga parts talaga doon most usually na may mga videos karon na content na may mga malalaman mo kung sino yung taong apektado at hindi apektado doon sa nilalabas mo, 'di ba? Na which is yun yung kapupulutan mo ng aral na ay, ganun pala yung pangyayari. Ay, hindi ko nagagawin to. Kasi kahit din naman ako, tao rin din naman ako. Pag may mga napaparad ako sa video mo, aware ako na, ay, ganyan pala ako. Di ba? So, di ba, sir, dun sa mga nagagawa mong video, sir, ano ba yung minsan nagiging nasasabi mo sa sarili mo? And ano yung parang nag-serve as character development mo? From being a toy reviewer up to those things na naglalabas ka ng mga memes or jokes?
Actually, here's the thing. I still want to make reviews, pero yung mga i-review ko na lang. Yung mga hindi masyado na review. Like, for example, like, I'm working on my Blue Eyes White Dragon review right now because I was able to get the kit really early. I got it in Japan just a little bit after release. And I noticed the reviews of it. Wala pa akong nakikitang English review of the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Like, all the reviews, I'm seeing Japanese reviews, I'm seeing Malaysian reviews. But I haven't Chinese reviews also, but like I haven't seen an English review yet. So yeah, I want to make a review of that, and I also want to review some older stuff like these. My robot Damashi Quodias figures. I want to review these because like I want to review like are they still good in 2023? I want to make those kinds of videos. And yeah, like I might also review this because like it's a limited kit. Not a lot of people have this, but I don't want to be like a mainstream reviewer. I don't want to do that. I want my channel right now. Right now, I've been making G-Witch videos, like episode discussions and episode analysis videos, trailer discussions. Yeah, but it's like G-Witch discussion videos. Yeah. Okay, I think Kakarot is. I think he's like the best example of a Gundam YouTuber. I think he might be the best because he covers everything. He doesn't just talk about Gunpla. He talks about Gundam. He talks about like everything about Gundam. So yeah, I think Kakarot 184. Tama ba? 180. Yeah, I think he's a very good example. Pero ako, I'm only doing the G Witch videos because I like G Witch, and I know a lot of people want content like that. Like, I've been asked to make more content about G Witch, so yeah, I'll just give in to the demand, okay. But I want yung gusto kong gawin personally with my channel. I want to make more comedy content. I want to make more funny videos. But I also want to do some painting videos. Yeah, I want to make more painting videos and more comedy videos. Those are the two kind of videos I want to keep on making with the G Witch
So, sir, may
things
ano
on
na
the
rin
side.
dito.
Okay.
May nagtanong din dito na troll account. Hindi ko maano kung sino. Yung pangalan nito is Ackerman 204. So sabi daw niya, kailan ka raw magtatagalog review? May possibility ba?
Oh my God. Kasi ano, ito yung problema dun eh. Madami akong audience na hindi na international. So, siguro sa Facebook page ko na lang. But probably not on YouTube because my YouTube audience is very international. If you want me to make a Tagalog video, baka sa Facebook. Yeah. I'll consider that. Thank you, Ackerman. Something.
Pero sir, 'di ba dito sa mga ano mo, sa mga critics mo, sa mga bashers mo. Just to educate them, sir. As a Nichols hobby. So, ano ba ang intentions mo? Bakit in-establish mo tong hobby na to? So, ano ba yung your initial goal to this channel?
Okay.
Para ma-enlighten sila. Kasi 'di ba, may mga ibang tao na sinasabi nga raw dito na papansin ka, na you just want to be relevant. So how would you educate them?
Oh my God. I'm not like that, guys. Come on. Basically, okay, funny story. I started my channel when I was in high school, and I was very okay. I think my first few videos were stop motion videos with my Gunpla. I made stop motion, but like I deleted those already. I stopped making stop motion videos, and then I made friends with a lot of Gunpla YouTubers, like smaller YouTubers. Like, if you guys remember Waza, he's a Filipino too. If you guys remember TWS Freedom, he was a Malaysian. They do like these slideshow videos of like their works, and like I would also do that. I don't do those anymore. And then I tried making comedy videos like before, but I remember my first comedy video was how to build Gunpla the Filipino way. So basically, okay, this video actually, when it first came out, it had a lot of good reception by like fans from back in the day. But however, as the community grew older, I got a lot of bashers there. Like, a lot of people took the joke too seriously because a lot of people. So I actually removed that video because the bashing was getting out of hand, and it was to the point that I was defending myself, and then I was proving them wrong. Pero what those haters would do is that i-delete nila yung comment nila pag after I prove them wrong, and I just didn't like that. It's so bad. So I just deleted the video because I didn't want to deal with that shit anymore. And then after that, I think I did a few reviews. I did some Kamen Rider reviews. I think I reviewed the high grade Noble Gundam when it first came out. It was a long time ago. So yeah. But yeah, I decided that reviews aren't really my thing. I don't want to make a lot of reviews. I just review the things that I think are interesting, or review things that hindi masyadong na-review online. And yeah, that was like, I know, I started when I was painting stuff. I also made videos about those painted works. Like, I have a video for my Jesta, my high grade Jesta, my Gustav Karl, my barbecue, and my my Mark II, my Master Grade Mark II from back in the day. I think that was also one of my pretty good works. Yeah, and then because ako kasi, like, I grew up on YouTube with like my favorite YouTubers were always the comedians, like Shane Dawson before, like his older videos. I loved his videos before. Smosh, I'm a big fan of Smosh. Even like today, I'm still a big fan of Smosh. Ryan Higa, I've been such a big fan of Ryan Higa. Ramon Bautista, to name local YouTube comedians. So like yeah, like I always wanted to try incorporating comedy into my videos. So which is why yeah, I made that video where I got naked, for example. Yeah, the yeah, and then I made that video about like hiding your toys from your wife, which is just a joke, by the way. That's just a joke. Don't take that seriously. Yeah. So yeah, and I want to make more. Actually, I want to make more comedy videos. That I think those are the videos that I have so much fun making because yeah, I'm just such a big fan of YouTube comedy, and I kind of wanna. And parang walang. I think I can only name a few Gunpla content creators who are actually funny. Like the Crow Sama, he's really funny. Too Old for Toys was funny, but like he stopped making videos. So yeah. Who else is funny? Zach Aurelius tries to be funny sometimes. Mecha Guy Kotsu tries to be funny, but his jokes kind of suck sometimes. So no offense, no. But yeah, but like yeah, which is why like I kind of want to bring comedy back into Gunpla, back into Gundam YouTube, and another big inspiration for me is Banots Urbano, Tito na me. Like he is like a big inspiration for me. Like when he started making videos, I was like, wow, this guy's so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. And like I kind of want to, in my own way, I want to make toy comedy videos in my own way. Yeah. Because he has his own style of comedy, which I can't do because his comedy is just so natural. Like it's so him. Like I just want to do what I can in my own way. Yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah. I want to make more
parang
funny
just to
videos.
add to that. Just to add to that
Yeah.
na maganda rin yung nagagawa mong bagay. Kasi 'di ba, you open gateways to close-minded people. Kasi 'di ba, parang 'di ba merong mga ibang tao, especially Pilipino na sobrang sensitibo sa isang bagay, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Pero alam mo 'yun, as you progress at pinapakita mo sa kanila na ito yung ginagawa ko na may part na nakakatulong ka lalo na sa mga taong stress. Yung lesson in life dito para sa akin is di ba? Na huwag kang maging sensitibo sa lahat ng bagay.
Yeah.
At saka ito yung magiging way mo para matanggal yung stress mo. Ito yung magiging way mo para masabi sa tao na ano man yung sitwasyon na nangyari. At ginagawa mo tong isang senaryo na parang para sa akin, parang it's a norm. Gawin mo siyang parang normal sa buhay mo. Na ito yung magiging factor para yung mga everyday lives na nakikita mo will be just normal na sa buhay natin. Hindi ka na magkakaroon ng sensitivity sa sarili. Actually, may natutunan ako sa ganung bagay eh. At first, sensitive ako sa ibang bagay. Pero nung napanood ko yung mga ibang videos like yours, parang natutunan kong tanggapin na maging open na ganito na kasi yung nangyayari sa kultura natin. Na kailangan din ma-understand ng mga Pilipino na hindi na natin makokontrol yan. At ito yung magiging lesson in life natin na kailangan din may mga ganito tayong kailangang factors na makita para magkaroon tayo ng isang aral na ganito pala to. Ganyan pala. Tama ba?
Yeah. Because it opens your mind. It expands like the way you think. And I would say it makes you more at peace. Because like if you're able to accept things like that, hindi mo na sila gagawing problema, 'di ba? So like it kind of helps.
Sila ni mo problema sa iyo.
Yeah. 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 So like that's what I think. Just find your inner peace.
Saka ano lang parang para sa akin, just do what you do, 'di ba? May mga tao man na hindi man naniniwala sa atin. I think one day na they will learn to understand na ito talaga si Nichols Toys. Ito yung vision niya to inspire and to give smile to other hobbies. 'Di ba, sir?
Yeah. Tsaka, here's the thing I also, there were many cases na, di ba may mga nambabash sa akin. May mga times na gusto ko silang awayin back, but at the same time, inisip ko na lang na mas stress lang akong gawin ko yun. So, parang better na lang if I just, just brush it off, just don't mind them and just keep doing my own thing.
Parang
Because
make it as a motivation to make it better.
What?
Parang kumbaga make that as a motivation to make it better pa. Diba?
Yeah, like that. And at the same time, kung aawayin ko sila, parang sinasayang ko lang oras ko, diba? Like, pwede kong gamitin yung oras na yun just to make more videos, diba? To make more content, to work on my stuff. Like, kung aawayin ko sila, that's gonna take like so much of my time, so much of my mind. Like, right? So yeah, that's what I have to say.
So, sir, isa rin to sa mga questions ko rin na lagi ko tinatanong sa iba. So, how do you see yourself and Nichols' hobby 10 years from? Are you still in the hobby or in a different
Okay. Nichols' hobby can be anything. That's my hobby. So if my hobby changes, that's still Nichols' hobby. Excuse me. Because I have a friend. His name is shout out to Nico Barcelon, aka Mr. Pink. He has a hobby page. He uses it for his Gunpla hobby and his biking hobby because he has two hobbies, biking and Gunpla. So he uses his page for both of his hobbies, and I think that's a good thing. And at the same time, you're also able to introduce like Gunpla modelers to your other hobby, diba? So that's also kind of a good thing. So yeah, I think my page can just keep evolving. However, I think I always wanted to be funny. I always wanted to be funny. Like I think I'm always gonna try to incorporate comedy into my content, and it's probably always gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen to Gundam. Like Gundam's pretty good now, but like 10 years from now, is it still gonna be worth talking about? Yeah, that's gonna be a question. Hopefully, it will be. Hopefully, I'm still into Gundam that time. But yeah, Nichols' hobby is Nichols' hobby. Whatever my hobby will be, that's what that page will be dedicated to. Hopefully, it's still probably gonna be like toys and painting toys and model kits. It's still probably going to be about that. But like, if it doesn't, then I think I can still say it's going to be like it's going to be hobby related. And I also don't think I'm ever going to abandon YouTube unless YouTube dies. Because like if YouTube dies, then I'm going to have to like go to another platform. That's possible. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but it's possible. But I don't think I'm gonna leave content creation because I'm not gonna say I enjoy it completely, but I enjoy like most of it. I enjoy like a good part of it, and I would consider that like if I do become big in the future. I mean, I'm not saying I will, but like if I do become big, like I would like to invest more time in that. And make it like a career maybe, but yeah, like yeah.
Pero sir, dito sa question ko rin sir, if Nicol Toys would make a quotation or slogan, ano siya at bakit?
I made one na before. Wait lang. Let me try to remember. Toys are expensive, but it's still cheaper than drugs. So come on in. or like at least you're not doing drugs. Let's build kits. something like that.
Para kumbaga parang quotations mo na parang pinopromote mo or binibigay mo lesson sa tao na hindi baling maglaruan ka, wag mo lang dalhin sa walang kwentang bagay yung perang dinadala mo.
Yeah. Yeah. At least I'm not doing drugs, right? Yeah, but yeah.
So, sir, this is my,
I think basically that's what it is.
So, ito yung last question ko na I always ask to my fellow collector. Since natanong ko na rin to sa pag-uusap natin sa part 1. So, sir, sa mga bagong henerasyon na papasok sa hobby, hindi man sa ibang toy lines, pati rin sa larangan ng Gunpla. So, ano yung mga mabibigay mo sa kanilang tips on their journey para dun sa kanilang toy collecting needs? Ngayon na mas naging marami kang na-harness na experience compared nung previous na nakita tayo.
Okay. I think I would advise to do research. Of course, do research on where to buy things and like the different things you can do in the hobby, like painting. Like if you want to paint, yeah. Do your research, and as much as possible, use updated information. Use I don't advise using information from like 2014 or something like that because a lot of things have changed. Like if you can find like videos or resources from 2020 or 2021, that would be great. And also, just know what you're getting into. Know what you're getting into, and don't use all your money on your hobby. Like I would say, I guess like 30%. Oh wait, I made a video about this before, the 20-30-50 rule. Alam ko 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and then 20% goes to your savings. So yeah, just 30%. Let's go. 30% of your income, I think. Like if you're doing well, like it. I'm not sure if this rule applies to everyone, and I'm not even sure if what I mentioned was like correct. But like based on what I remember, this was what I read somewhere. So yeah, just manage your money and
avoid drugs.
Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, and don't get married. Joke lang. Joke lang yan.
Grabe ka, sir.
Joke lang. Just try to make your wife understand, you know, just be honest.
Kaya natulog yung asawa ko. Baka marinig ka, bubugin ako nun. Tingnan natin. Gising ka ba? Pangit? Gising ka ba? Wala, tulog na.
Buti naman. Yeah, pero
so, sir,
it's important. Like, make sure you still bring food to the table. Of course, your needs are more important than your hobby. Make sure you're able to eat. You're able to pay the bills. Those are more important.
3 times a day.
Eat 3 times a day. Grabe, may mga kilala ko nagsiskip ng meal para lang mag-Gunpla. Ganun ako dati, pero hindi na ngayon. Hindi na ako ganun. Hindi na ako ganun.
Hindi pupunta ka ng pupunta ka ng Green Hills tapos talagang 10,000 yung bibili ng laruan tapos ang tanghalian mo Skyplex, no? Ang bagay, no? Which is relatable sa iba yan. Hindi nila pwede hindi nila pwede itanggi sa sarili nila yan. Meron lang iba bumibili ng churros. Churros na lang tanghalian.
May hotdog. Tapos yung wala pang bun.
Tapos nakalagay hindi tender juicy yung hotdog, nakalagay bossing hotdog, no?
Ano yun?
Yung hindi ganun ka-generic, yung di ganun ka-branded na hotdog, yung tagsa-10 lang.
God. Yung baka ma-food poison ka pa, ganun. Okay.
So, sir, before we end this podcast po, sir, so, bibigyan kita ng time para pasalamatan or i-promote ang sarili niyong channel or may mga other pa ba kayong gustong i-mention? So, take it away, sir.
Okay. Let's talk about my channel first. Yeah, Nichols Hobby, Nichols space hobby on YouTube. I make lately I've been making content about G-Witch a lot, like discussion videos. I also make comedy, which is I think what I want to make more of. I make reviews here and sometimes. I don't make a lot of reviews, but I make reviews sometimes. And whenever I have a finished kit, like a painted kit, I also put it there. I make videos about my painted works when I can. Also shout out to who else do I want to shout out to? Shout out to my friends, Freud Gagua. If you're watching this, shout out to you. Shout out to my friend Eugene. Shout out to my friend Nico. If you're watching this, shout out to Jeremiah. If you're watching this, shout out to Janice Adler. If you're watching this, and shout out to is there any? Yeah, check out SILVERGE'S whereabouts if you're if you're trying to hunt. And shout out to yeah, that's it. Actually, shout out to actually no, I think that okay na yun. Yeah, I guess I just want to say just make more friends in this hobby. It's gonna make this hobby a lot more enjoyable, and it's gonna make the stress a lot more bearable. Yeah, I think that's the biggest advice I can give to people in the hobby. It's always great to have friends.
Yan. So, sir, ako ay nagpapasalamat sa iyo, sir, na naging posible ulit itong podcast na to na nabigyan mo ako ng time. And I understand na may mga importante tayong priorities na kailangan tapusin. Na-appreciate ko na nabigyan mo ako ng time dito. And I hope yung mga nakapanood dito, nasa sa kanila if ito ba yung makakatulong sa kanilang hobby needs o hindi. And sir, more power po sa inyong channel and marami ka pang ma-inspire. Dumami subscriber at magkaroon ka ng better opportunity sa hobby, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Wait, can I shout out for the morning?
Okay, sir. No problem.
All right. So shout out to Wuji. Shout out to David Ceremonia. Shout out to Tupet. And do we have comments?
Yes, actually, shoutouts din kay Sir Edren Rile. Thank you for watching Usapang Hobby. May booth po tayo sa Toy Town, sir. Hanggang bukas po yan.
Nice. Okay. All right. Yeah, yun lang. Yeah, okay.
Yan, sir. So, again, sir, more power sa inyong channel, sir. And marami ka pang ma-inspire at more videos pa to come. And patago ako manonood sa channel mo. Bali, sir. Thank you, sir. And good evening po sa inyo, sir. Have a nice evening.
All right. Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Yan, so isa na naman panibagong episode ang natapos ito sa ating podcast na Usapang Hobby. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta. Sa buhay kasi natin ngayon is kailangan na natin din tanggapin na dati talaga is may mga pagkakaiba talaga against sa dati against sa ngayon. Pero lagi natin dapat isipin na kailangan natin mag-focus doon sa kasalukuyan at kailangan din natin tanggapin na lahat ng bagay ay may hangganan. Nakatulad na nangyari sa karanasan ni Sir Nichols na sa pagpunta niya sa Japan na dati may mga ganyang issues talaga regarding sa stocks ng Gundam na hindi na natin talaga makokontrol na ngayong kasalukuyan na maraming nagbabago sa buhay natin. Hindi lang to sa larangan ng Gunpla, pati na rin sa ibang industriya na kinabibilangan natin. And if we learn to accept and absorb those kind of situation, and that din doon natin ma-open yung minds natin na matutunan makontrol yung mga ganong scenario and be a better person. So before I finish this podcast, huwag kalimutan na mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, Verge Kevin Umali, and also you can follow my Facebook page, SILVERGE'S Toys and Gunpla Family. para maging updated kayo sa aking mga toys, Gunpla reviews, and Usapang Hobby episodes. So hanggang dito na lang tayo guys. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanood. Happy collecting and God bless. See you next time dito sa Usapang Hobby. Maraming salamat po.